Good evening, Nelson.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Fine. You?
Okay, good. Thanks for asking. Next person, Raul. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm very good, thanks.
Okay, good to hear that. Next person, Angel. Good evening.
Yes.
Angel, good evening.
I feel well. Good evening.
Okay, how are you?
I feel well, coach. Thanks for asking me.
Okay, good to hear that. Let's see who else. Saul, good evening.
I'm fine.
Saul, good evening. Well, let's see another person. Catherine Carrillo, good evening.
Hi, teacher. Good evening. I'm
How are
fine.
you today? Okay. Then Francisco Hernandez, good evening.
Sure. How are you?
Good, what about you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Next person, Eliezer, good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How do you feel today? Better?
Feel better, teacher. And you?
Okay, good. Thanks for asking. Then Fatima Mercado, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Next person, Helen, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Next person, Stephanie, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
Good, thanks for asking. Let's see who else. Xiomara, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am sick, teacher.
Really? Did you get the
Yeah.
flu?
Sorry?
Did you get the flu?
Yes.
Okay, well, I hope you get better soon. Take some
Thank you.
medicine and rest. Okay, next person, Diana Gonzalez. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you for asking. And I say, I need to say today I'm only sorry, and I don't use my camera because for receiving a lot of internet.
Okay, no problem, Diana. Thank you. Next person, Saul. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am very great. Thank you for
Okay,
asking.
good to hear that. Let's see who else. Jose Sandoval. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher. Hello.
How are you?
Fine, fine. And you?
Good, thanks for asking. And I guess the last one is Daisy. Good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm good, teacher.
Okay, good to hear that. Now, Angie Paredes, you will read the introduction and the agenda for today.
Okay. Agenda October 31,
31st.
20,
31st.
31st. 31st. Okay. October 31st, 2023. Teacher Juan Lima, welcome to your class English.
Class English or English class?
English class.
Okay, now the agenda.
Okay, agenda. Game, comparative versus superlatives, exercise, speaking activity.
Exercise in singular or exercises in plural?
Exercises.
Excellent, thank you. So we are going to start with a game. Then we will see the difference between comparative and superlative, because we have seen the two
Good
topics, but
evening.
divided. Good evening, Diana.
Good evening.
Good evening. Diana, edit your name. Remember that it has to be Gil Rivera, Diana Carolina.
Okay.
Okay, then we will see the difference today about the two structures. Some exercises about it, and at the end, speaking activity. So let's start with the first activity. That is a game. Once again, you know the four people that are in this picture. You know their names and you know their information. So I'm going to choose two people. The first one is going to be, let's see, William. Good evening. William. Well, another person, Francisco. You can see we have four people in the picture. We have Laura, Ellen, Mike, and Sophie. Yes?
Yes.
We have their age, their weight, and also their height. So I will ask you about one of them or some of them, and you have to answer my questions. Question number one. Who is the tallest? Who is the tallest?
Laura is the tallest.
Let's see, 160, 125, 150, and 120. Yes, Laura is the tallest. Good job. Now, who is taller, Ellen or Sophie? Who is taller, Ellen or Sophie?
Alan is taller than Sophie.
Let's see if it is true. Ellen 125, Sophie 120. So, Ellen is taller than Sophie. Good job. Now let's see another person. Raul. Who is the youngest? Who is the youngest?
The youngest is Alan.
Let's see if Alan is the youngest. He's 7, 12, 10, and 9. Yes, he is the youngest. Now, who is younger? Mike or Laura? Who is younger?
Mike is younger than Laura.
Okay, good job. Thank you. Next person, Fatima Mercado. Who is the thinnest? Who is the thinnest?
Alan is the thinnest.
Let's see, 40 kilograms, 20, 45, 30. So Alan is the thinnest. Good job. And who is thinner, Mike or Sophie?
Sophie is the thinnest.
Can you repeat it?
Sophie is the thinnest.
Listen to my question. Who is thinner, Sophie or Mike?
Sophie.
Sophie?
Sophie is the thinner.
Sophie is the thinner or Sophie is thinner than Mike?
Sophie is the thinner than Mike.
Sophie is thinner than Mike. Okay, let's see next person. Nelson Lopez. Who is the shortest? Who's the shortest?
Sophie is the shortest.
Let's see if it is true. 160, 125, 150, and 120. Yes, Sophie is the shortest. And who is shorter? Sophie or Ellen?
Sophie is shorter than Alan.
Excellent. Next person, Catherine Carrillo. Who is the oldest?
Laura is the oldest.
And who is older, Laura or Mike?
Laura is older than Mike.
Excellent. Last one, Ángel Escalante. Who is the most serious? Who is the most serious? Look at the faces. Who is the most serious?
Mike is the most serious.
Excellent, Ángel. And who is more serious? Mike or Sophie?
Mike is the most serious. Is more serious than Sophie.
Ah, Mike is more serious than Sophie. Okay, thank you. Sarah, who is more beautiful, Laura or Sophie?
Laura is more beautiful than Sophie.
Okay, and from the four of them, who is the most beautiful or handsome? Who is the most attractive?
Laura is the most beautiful.
Okay, good job. Now let's see if you got this. Daisy, when I asked your partners who is more beautiful, Laura and Sophie, are you comparing two people or you are saying that one is the winner among the rest? Daisy? Well, I guess Daisy isn't there. Fatima, Mercado, when I say who is more beautiful, Laura or Sophie? What are you doing? Are you comparing two people or saying that one is the best from the rest of people?
Compare the people.
You compare two people. What are the two people?
Yes, two people, Laura and Sophie.
Laura and Sophie. Only two people. So that's why you use more beautiful than Sophie. Laura is more beautiful than Sophie. Yes? And when I say the most beautiful is Laura, what are you doing? Comparing two people or saying that one person is the best than the rest of people? I can hear you, Farim.
Saying the one person is the best of the people.
Exactly. One person is the best. Yes? It's on the top. There is not another person similar to Laura. Yes? So this is what we are going to do today. Sarah, can you read the objective, please?
Okay, objective to compare people, places, and things.
Excellent. We will do it using both things, comparative and superlatives. So let's try to remember the construction or the structure for comparative. So Catherine Carrillo is going to read the rules for comparative.
Comparative adjectives.
Adjectives.
Adjectives. One
Mhm.
syllable rules add er.
Example.
Example, cleaner. And two syllables ending in y.
Mhm.
Change y to I.
Mhm.
And add er.
ER.
For sorry. For example, busier. And two or more syllables that does not end with y used to word more or less. For example, more active or less generous.
Exactly. So this is for comparative. Yes, for comparative. Xiomara, when we use comparative is for two people or for more than two people?
For two people.
Exactly. Two people, two things, two places, two groups. It can be two groups, but separated in two parts, in two teams. Good. Now let's see some examples. Francisco. If I say short, what is it? Comparative or adjective?
Adjective.
Exactly. This is an adjective. Yes. How many syllables do you have in this adjective?
One.
One. Short. One sound. So for one sound, one syllable, what is the comparative?
Shorter.
Excellent. So shorter will be the comparative. Next person, Jose Sandoval. If I say this exam is easy, what is easy? An adjective or comparative?
An adjective.
Excellent. And what would be the comparative for easy?
Easier.
Excellent. Easier. Yes. Ending in Y, eliminate Y. And then I-E-R. Next one. Let's see. Sophia. Expensive. What is expensive? Comparative or adjective?
Adjective.
What is the comparative?
I don't remember.
How many syllables do you have? Expensive.
Four.
Let's see if you have four. Expensive. How many syllables?
Four.
Listen. Expensive. How many syllables?
Three.
Three. Three sounds. Expensive. Three sounds. Yeah. So what is the comparative?
More expensive.
Exactly. More expensive. Yes. Even when you see that the adjective is long, you know that you have to use more. Yes. When you say it, it's long adjective. More. Definitely. Yes. Only short with ER. Now, Gabriela, what is what is good? Adjective or comparative? Adjective. And what is the comparative? Better, exactly. Next person, Saul. What is bad? Adjective or comparative?
Adjective.
What is the comparative?
Worse.
Worse. Yeah. Good. Next one. Let's see. Diana Carolina.
Yes.
What is far? Adjective or comparative?
Adjective.
What is the comparative?
Farther or
Yes.
further.
Or further. Yes. Farther for distance, physical distance. Further for no physical distance. Yes. And in British English, they only use further for both. Yes. In American English, they have the difference. Now, let's see some examples. First person is going to be Helen. An example using shorter.
Repeat, teacher, please.
Give me an example using shorter in comparative.
My mother is shorter than my father.
Okay, so my mother is shorter than my father. Yes, we have one group or one person or one thing and another person, another group or another thing. Now, Angie, an example using easier.
Okay. I think that science is easier than math.
That or then?
Then math.
Exactly. So science is easier than math.
And
You
math.
are right. Thank you. Next person. Stephanie. Using more expensive.
The blue shirt. Oh no. The blue shirt is more expensive than jeans.
Okay, maybe. The blue shirt is more expensive than jeans. Good. Now let's see next person. William, can you participate? William.
Yes.
Okay, using better.
Um, Repeat the question, please.
Uh,
I don't
give me
hear
give me
clear.
an example using better.
Um, the pupusas are better
Pupusas are better.
than tacos.
Okay, good, thank you. Next person, Melvin. Worse.
Um, um, iOS system is worse than Android system.
Can you repeat it?
Uh, iOS system
Mm-hmm.
is worse than Android systems.
Okay. Okay, so iOS system is worse than Android system. Good job. Next person, Nelson Lopez, using farther.
San Miguel is farther than Santana of San Salvador.
From San Salvador.
From San Salvador, sorry.
Yes, you're right. San Miguel is farther than Santa Ana.
From San Salvador.
Good job. Thank you. So this is how you use comparatives. Now let's remember how to use superlative. That is a topic that we had yesterday. And Xiomara, can you read the introduction, please?
Superlative adjectives. Used
Adjectives.
to
You say,
adjectives.
uh-huh.
Used to compare three or more things. The elephant is the biggest animal.
Okay, how many animals do you have?
3.
What are the 3 animals?
Dog, elephant, and rats.
Okay, so you have 3 animals, not 2. So for 3 animals, what do you use, comparative or superlative?
Superlative.
Superlative, because you want to express that one is the winner. Yes? So the elephant is the biggest animal. Which animal is the winner?
Elephant.
The elephant. There is not another animal in the list similar to the other. Now, Angie, read the rule for superlative when we have one syllable, the form and examples. Angie? Well, Luis, can you read it, please? Luis Alejandro? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
And
Yes.
can you hear Luis?
No.
No. Luis, check your microphone. Luis. Well, let's see another person. Eleazar, read the form and examples when you have one syllable in superlative.
The form the plus est.
This is the, not the.
The.
Mhm.
The,
Example.
the biggest.
Mhm.
The smallest.
Smallest.
The smallest.
Mhm.
The tallest.
The tallest.
The shortest.
The shortest.
The longest.
Longest.
Longest. The strongest.
Mhm.
The weakest.
The weakest.
The fastest.
Mhm.
The slowest.
The slowest. Okay. Now, there is only one difference when you have consonant, vowel, consonant. What do you need to do when you have consonant, vowel, consonant, Raúl?
Or teacher?
What do you need to do when you have consonant, vowel, consonant?
Add the last consonant and add est.
Exactly. So you double the last consonant and then est. Yes? Good. Now let's see rule number 2. Diana Gonzalez, rule number 2.
Okay. 2 syllables ending in Y. Change Y to E, I-E-S-T.
Exactly. It can be not only 2 syllables, but with 1 syllable too. But if it is ending in Y, change Y and you use IEST. For example,
the heaviest.
the heaviest.
Heaviest. The friendliest. The happiest. The funniest. Prettiest. Busiest.
The busiest.
Busiest, okay. Friendliest. Dirtiest. Angriest. The angriest.
The angriest, exactly. So, IEST if they finish in Y. And the last rule. Let's see. Anna, can you read the last rule, please? Anna? Susana? Susana?
Well, hello, teacher.
Can you read the last rule, please?
Okay. Two or more syllables
Mhm.
from the most beautiful, the most interesting, the most difficult, the most dangerous, the most expensive, the most popular, the most complicated, the most intelligent, and the most confident.
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 Exactly. So if you see an adjective and the adjective is not short, the adjective is long, with two or more syllables, you use the most. Simple. But we have some exceptions. Exception number one, Catherine Carrillo. The exceptions?
Good, the best, and bad, the worst.
Exactly. Those are the two common exceptions, but also we have these ones. Can you read it, please?
For example, lear, the least,
Mhm.
many, most,
Mhm.
good, best,
Yes, that is here.
far, farther, and bad, worst.
Okay, so in total we have 5 irregular superlative. Similar to comparative, we have good, better, far, farther, and bad, worse. Yes? Now let's see if you got this. Victor Garcia. Give me an example using the biggest. Victor?
Hello. The hamburger is the biggest.
Maybe. Imagine that you have pizza, tacos, and hamburger. So you say, oh, the hamburger is the biggest from the list. Yes? From the list. If you have a list of 3 different food. Next person, Ubaldo. An example using the tallest. Ubaldo?
Hi, I'm sorry. Oh,
An example using the tallest.
the tallest. Um, mm, um, mm, the the building. No. Sorry. Um, the giraffe
Mm-hmm.
is the tallest
Mm-hmm.
in the zoo.
The tallest animal in the zoo.
Uh,
That's a good example. Good job, thank you. Now let's see another person. Douglas, the happiest.
Uh, the monkeys are
Monkeys.
the yes are the happiest animal in
Uh-huh.
the savannah.
Okay. So monkeys are the happiest animals in the savannah. He said. Good. Now, next. person. William, using intelligent.
The elephant is the most intelligent animal.
And all the examples were about animals.
Um,
Okay. Maybe use a person.
mm,
Maybe in your family.
I don't remember. Invent the le- electricidad.
No, but I mean in your family. An example
Um,
talking about your family.
my sister
Mm-hmm.
is the most
Mm-hmm.
intelligent
In my family.
in my family. Mhm.
Okay, so my sister is the most intelligent in my family. So there is not another person like her. She's on the top. She's the winner. Good job. Thank you. So this is how you use comparative and superlative. Now, let's move on to the next part. Let's see. Stephanie Sagastume, can you read instructions, please?
Read and complete with the comparative or superlative.
Excellent. So here you have 15 exercises. Each exercise has an adjective in parentheses. So you need to put this adjective in comparative or superlative. Comparative or superlative. The only thing that you need to remember is, let's see, Xiomara, when you give examples using superlatives, can you use than?
No.
No, right? It's not possible. In superlative, we never say than. Yes? We only use the and est. If you see the and est, that is superlative. So where do you use then, Xiomara? In comparative or superlative?
In comparatives.
Exactly. So in comparatives, you use then. Do you use the in comparative or not?
Than.
No, the article,
That.
the.
No.
Similar to this one, the.
No.
No, right? You will never say the better, or the more, only more than at the end. So let's make these adjectives that are in parentheses either comparative adjectives or superlative adjectives. Take a picture of this because you have to decide whether they are comparative or superlative. Example number 1. Sarah, can you read it, please?
Yeah. This exercise is easy than the previous exercise.
That or then?
Then the previous exercise.
Okay. And what do you think is in this case, comparative or superlative?
Comparative.
Excellent. How do you know that this is comparative?
Because you use than and you compare only two things.
Excellent. First, because you're saying then. And number 2, because you're comparing two things. What are the two things?
This exercise in the present and the previous exercise.
Excellent. So we are comparing two exercises. The exercise that is in the present and one exercise that was in the past. So we are using comparative. So we use easier.
Easier.
And good job. And same thing is what you have to do in number 2, number 3, number 4, etc. Take a picture of this and let's work in pairs. Maybe someone can send a picture to the WhatsApp group. You will have 12 minutes to complete this activity. You can enter now. Enter, guys.
Permíteme un momentito. Madi, no te metas ahí, venite para acá. No tengo el micrófono abierto, callado.
Dice, read and complete with a comparative or superlative. Number 1. This
Madi.
exercise is easier than the previous exercise.
Good. Only pronunciation, Xiomara. Previous.
Previous.
That's correct.
Previous exercise.
Exactly.
Wait a moment, please.
Okay.
Okay. This exercise is
easier.
Easier. Easier. Xiomara.
Es con I.
With E or with
sí,
I?
I.
Yes.
Next.
The next.
This TV show is more interesting.
More interesting.
Next.
Okay. The next.
Yesterday was
was Hottest. The hottest day of the year.
Die or day?
Day.
Others, es verdad.
Yes, but with two T. Double
Yumi?
consonant T. No, it's hot and hot con dos T.
Ah, así.
Solo con dos.
Repeat me, please. Next.
That's not correct, Saul. It is hottest. Hottest. It's not possible to mix comparative with superlative.
Hottest.
Test. That's correct.
All right.
But is hottest or the hottest?
The hottest.
Singular.
And in the number 2 is this TV show is more interesting than what? Are you comparing two things or you are saying that one is the winner? What are you doing in number 2? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
I think one is the winner.
That one is the winner. What do you use when one is the winner? Comparative or superlative?
Superlative.
Superlative, never comparative.
Is without tan.
But what is superlative? More interesting or the most interesting?
The most interesting.
Okay, no more. Eliminate it. The most interesting.
The most.
But in number 3?
Is the hottest too.
Exactly.
Number 4.
It is.
Okay. Have we finished?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, here.
Can you read one and one, please?
Okay.
Start you and
Yeah.
Dale.
Okay. This exercise is easier than the previous exercise.
Previous.
Previous.
Exactly.
Okay.
What are you doing? Comparing two
Compare.
things or saying that one is a winner?
Comparing two things.
Exactly. So easier than.
Yeah.
Number 2.
This TV show
Okay.
is most interesting. Sorry.
Interesting. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
Saying that one is the winner. Is superlative.
What do you use when one is the winner? Comparative or superlative?
Superlative.
Superlative.
And what do you use in superlative?
Must.
Most or the most?
The most.
Exactly.
The most interesting. Yeah.
Can you repeat the
Sorry.
complete idea, please?
This TV show is the most interesting.
Not must. Most. The most
The
interesting.
most interesting.
Okay, next.
Yesterday was the hottest day of the year.
Exactly. Again, the hottest day of the year. Number 4.
Is that most difficult text of all.
Can you repeat it?
It is that most difficult test of all
Of all.
uh,
Okay, it is the most difficult test of all. Next.
This pen writes better than my previous one.
Previous one.
Previous, sorry.
Okay, next.
This book is more exciting than that film.
That film.
That film.
This pupil is the most intelligent in the class.
Exactly, the most intelligent. Next.
This is the oldest castle in Britain.
The oldest.
The oldest.
Castle in Britain.
Castle. Friends are more important than money.
Yes. Next.
This watch is more expensive than the necklace.
This actor is the most famous actor in Spain.
Exactly, the most famous actor. Next.
English is the easier than Italian.
Repeat it.
English is that easier than. Sorry. English is easier than English. Italian.
Then Italian. Repeat the complete idea.
English is easier than Italian.
Excellent. Next.
Hostels are cheaper than hotels.
Hostels.
Okay.
Hostels
are cheaper than hotels.
Than hotels.
Hotels.
Okay, repeat.
Hotels. Okay. Hostels are cheaper than hotels.
The first one is hostels.
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 Hostels are cheaper than hotels.
Than hotels.
Hotels. Okay.
Okay, and the next one.
My sister is older than me.
Yes, and the last one.
This cake is more delicious than ice cream.
That's correct. Good job. Now let's go back and check the answers with the rest of the class.
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's start with the first person, Sarah.
Okay. With the number 1. Yeah.
Number 1.
Okay. This exercise is easier than the previous exercise.
Excellent. So easier than the previous exercise. What are you doing? Comparing two or saying that one is a winner?
Comparing to.
What are you comparing?
The first exercise and the previous exercise.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay.
Number 2, Angie.
So it's more interesting.
What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
The winner.
And what do you use?
The most.
No.
This TV show is the most.
The most interesting. Good job. Thank you. Next one, Gabriela. Number 3. Gabriela Jaco.
Yes, teacher.
Number 3.
Yesterday was hottest.
I'm
The
sorry?
hottest.
The hottest.
Yesterday was the hottest day of the year.
Okay, what are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
The one is the winner.
One is the winner, so superlative. The and est. Excellent. Thank you. Next one. Nelson Lopez, number 4.
It is the most difficult test of all.
Okay, the most difficult. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
Saying the one is the winner.
Excellent. Thank you. Next one, Angel.
5. The SPEN rates best that my previous one.
What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
It's comparing.
Comparing. And what do you use when you compare two things?
Yes.
Comparative or superlative?
Comparative.
And what is the comparative for good?
This pants is the best that the previous.
Listen, you're saying that we are comparing two things. Yes?
Yes.
What do you use when you are comparing two things? Comparative or superlative?
Comparative.
Comparative. What is the comparative of good?
The best.
Better.
Let's go back and check the comparative. Let's see, what is best, comparative or superlative?
Superlative.
Superlative. So what is the comparative? The best or better?
Better. Okay.
Okay, read the complete idea, please.
Okay. This pen writes better than my previous one.
Then my previous one. Good job.
Then.
Next one, Raul, number 6.
This book is more exciting than that film.
More exciting. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
Compare two things.
Exactly. What are the two things that you're comparing?
The book and this film.
Exactly. So you're using comparative.
Using comparative.
It is correct. Thank you. Next one, Diana Carolina. Diana?
Okay. 7 sentences. This pupil is the most intelligent in the class.
Okay. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
One is the winner.
One is the winner. So the most
Superlative.
intelligent. Good job. Superlative. Thank you. Next one, Catherine Carrillo.
This is oldest castle in Britain.
Can you repeat it?
This is the oldest castle in Britain.
Ah, the oldest. Okay. What are you doing? Comparing two things or just expressing that one is the winner?
And one is the winner. The winner.
One is the winner, so superlative. It is correct. Good job. Next person. Fatima Mercado.
Friends are more important than money.
Really? Okay. Friends are more important than money. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is a winner?
Comparing two things.
Comparing two things. What are you comparing?
Friends and money.
Friends and money. So comparative. Yes. Now Saul. Next one, number 10.
Porque te dice aquí la oración que los amigos son más importantes que el dinero.
Yes, Farima.
What number, teacher?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yes.
All right. This watch is more expensive than the necklace.
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 Okay, what are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
Compare to two things.
What are the two things that you're comparing? Saul?
Watch and necklace.
Excellent. A watch and a necklace. Yeah, so comparative is correct. Good. Next person. Let's see. Sophia. 11.
This actor is the most famous actor in Spain.
Okay, the most famous. What are you doing? Comparing two things or saying that one is the winner?
Saying that one is the winner.
One is the winner. So superlative, the most famous. Next one, Helen.
English is easier than Italian.
Okay, what are you doing? Comparing two things or just saying that one is the winner?
Comparing to things.
Comparing two things. What are you comparing?
English and Italian.
English and Italian. So comparative is correct. Good job. Next person, Eliezer, 13.
Hotels, hostels are
Hostels.
hostels are cheaper than hotels.
Okay, you say cheaper than. What are you doing? Comparing two things or just saying that one is the winner?
Compared to things,
What are the two things that you're comparing?
hostels and hotels.
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 Exactly. Hostels and hotels. Good. So comparative. Thank you. Next one. Melvin, number 14.
My sister is older than me.
Okay, my sister is older than me. In this case, we didn't have the verb be, so I need to add it. What are you doing? Comparing two things or two people in this case, or just expressing that one is the winner?
In this case, is comparing two people.
What are you comparing?
My sister and me.
Exactly. So comparative. And the last one will be for Louis, number 15.
This skate is more delicious than ice cream.
More delicious than ice cream.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What are you doing? Comparing two things or only expressing that one is the winner?
This skate.
What are you comparing?
Cake and ice cream.
Exactly. So you're comparing two things, so you need to use comparative. Good job. This is how you use superlative and comparatives. Now, let's practice. Xiomara, can you read the instructions, please? And then you read the questions.
Speaking activity. Work in pairs and discuss to discuss the following questions. Number 1, Who is the most serious in your family?
Who is
Number
the most
two,
serious? Yes, the most serious person in your family. Number two.
which city is better, Santa Ana or San Miguel?
Next.
Number three, what is the best object to have both? Number four, what is the best place to visit in El Salvador? Number five, what is more delicious, coffee or milk?
Excellent. So you will ask your partners these questions. Your partners will answer, but not short answers. Yes. For example, who is the most serious person, yes, in your family? And then you will say, oh, the most serious person is my father. Not only my father, no, the most serious person in my family is my father. He is very serious. Sometimes people don't speak with him because his face expresses that he's serious. Something like that. Not only my father or the most serious person is my father. No, you need to say why. Yes, in the answer. Number two, same thing. Which city is better, Santa Ana or San Miguel? Not only San Miguel. San Miguel is better than Santa Ana because there are more touristic places that you can visit. And also because the houses in San Miguel are more beautiful. I don't know. You will give your opinion, but you need to say why you say that. Same thing for the number three. What is the best object that you have bought, that you have paid for it? What is the best object that you have bought? Then you say, oh, the best object that I have bought is my computer. It is a little expensive and I spent 2 months saving money to buy it. I don't know. You will tell your partner. Next, what is the best place to visit in Salvador? The best place to visit in Salvador is El Pitar because it is the highest place in El Salvador. So it is the coldest place. You can have the most beautiful view from the top of the Pitar. You continue. What is more delicious, coffee or milk? Well, I think that it depends on the person, but in my case, I think that milk is more delicious than coffee. First of all, because it is healthier, and also because it gives you some vitamins to your body. So you need to support your opinion. You need to say why. Yes? Now let's see if you got it. Raul, are you going to work in pairs or individually?
In pairs.
Excellent. Are you going to give short answers or you need to give complete answers and extra information?
We need to say complete the answer and more information. And
Extra
more information.
information, exactly. You need to say why. Yes. So let's see. Anna, can you participate?
Yes, teacher. I don't have internet in my house, but I guess in my cell phone.
Ah, okay. No problem. Now let's see. Melvin, Douglas, can you participate?
Yes, no problem.
Okay,
Yes.
Douglas? Okay. Because I don't see that you are with cameras on, but I just want to add you. Stephanie, can you participate? Sagastume? Ubaldo, can you participate? Rene, can you participate?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, teacher, I'm ready.
Okay. So let's get in pairs. You can enter now. You will have a new classmate every 10 minutes.
Mhm. Okay, in my case, my month was the most serious in my family. Um, she she didn't like the, I would say, chistes teacher,
Jokes.
jokes. She didn't like the jokes, and so, and she was very um, interested, interesada, interested in our homework. Okay, and she was very serious. She was the most serious in the family.
Really?
Yes.
In my case, same, my mom. She is so serious.
Okay.
And which city is better, Santa Ana or San Miguel?
For me, Santa Ana, because it's colder than San Miguel and is near to Cerro Verde. Mhm. And for
Yeah.
you?
I think Santa Ana
Why?
because the history, touristic places, and and for other seasons.
Yeah,
Uh,
Santana has more touristic place than San Miguel. I think
yeah.
I think so. What is the best object you had bought?
Uh, a- Actually, say my computer.
Your
I
computer.
spend mm, a lot of money.
Yeah.
What about you? Yeah,
What about computer is?
it's um a Dell.
Dell. Yeah, the
Dell.
Dell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's saying that for me, it's saying because I bought an Apple, and but
Okay.
now I have the HP, but the Mac
Oh
is
yeah.
yeah, the Mac is faster than the the computer with Windows, and is um, more segura teacher security or safe, more safe.
Safer.
Is is safer than for me than the computer with with Windows.
Yeah, Apple are
Yes.
expensive.
And the Mac is more efficient than the Windows computer.
Sure.
Hmm? Yes, it for me is my opinion. The Mac is more efficient. Mhm. What is the
Yeah.
best place to visit in El Salvador?
Um, I'm not sure, but uh really I love visit El Pital.
Hmm? I know El Pital too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, the climate is delicious.
Yes. And for me, the best place I visited is Montecristo
Ah, yeah.
because I can see the three country, Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
But I seen El Pital is coldest than Montecristo.
yeah, it is um near to Citala. Citala is near to La Palma.
Mhm.
Is near from La Palma, sorry. Um yeah, I know Montecristo really is interesting. There are uh orchid.
Yes, the Garden of Orchids
Yeah, it is so interesting.
is beautiful.
Montecristo. Yeah, more beautiful. There
Yes.
there are virgin forest.
Mhm.
Mm,
Ah,
what is more delicious, coffee or milk?
oh, for me, coffee. And I like, for me, coffee is more delicious than milk. And I like black coffee.
Yeah,
Mm.
dark coffee is
And no
more delicious than
use
milk.
no use sugar for the coffee. I no use sugar for
Oh,
coffee.
yeah, is
It's more delicious without sugar for me. For another people prefer coffee with sugar.
yeah. I prefer with a little
Little
sugar.
sugar. Ah,
Yeah,
okay. Yes.
and
I like
uh,
without sugar.
yeah, but
Mhm.
with coffee and milk it's perfect. uh,
What do you prefer?
in the morning I drink dark coffee
Okay.
with a little sugar, but
Uh-huh.
in the afternoon I drink coffee with milk.
In the afternoon, I prefer water.
Really? With
Yes.
coffee?
No, in the afternoon for the dinner, I
Ah,
prefer water.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, water. But in the morning, I prefer coffee
Mhm.
without sugar.
Okay,
More
good job.
it's
Now
more delicious. Sorry,
you're
teacher.
going to work with another partner.
Okay.
Let's see. Nelson, you're going to work with Ana and Angel. And Melvin, you're going to work with Gabriela, she's coming.
Okay, teacher.
Hi, Gabriela.
Hello.
You're going to work with Melvin.
Okay,
Hi,
teacher.
Gabriela.
Hello.
Are you ready?
I ask you to.
She's
Okay.
always ready.
Well, hardly ever. Who is the most serious in your family? Melvin?
My mom is the most serious person in my family. She is so serious.
It's the same in my case.
Really?
Yeah, she's so serious all time.
Same to my
But
mom.
when she want joke with me, is hardly ever time. It's correct, teacher?
Can you repeat it?
Um, hardly ever time she wants to joke with me.
She hardly ever wants to joke with me.
O cómo sería que casi nunca quiere bromear.
She hardly ever wants to joke with me.
Okay. And this. Which city is better, Santa Ana or San Miguel?
Uh, I think Santa Ana is better than San Miguel because Santa Ana is rich in history, tourist places, and the other things.
Okay.
What about you?
In my case, I think San Miguel is better than Santa Ana because in San Miguel there are many beaches and many places to visit, like touristic places.
Okay.
And what is the best object you have though?
Actually, my computer. What about you?
Hmm, I don't know. I think it's my cell phone.
Really?
Yeah, it's the best object because I use this all time for my classes or for the job and for all things.
I understand to you. I share my uh, all phone for the same things. I study and I need more space, more memory
Yes,
there.
and I always take it in my head.
Yeah, I understand to you.
What is the best place to visit in El Salvador?
Mm, eh, I think El Pital. I love El Pital. La
For the
zona alta.
weather.
Yeah, for the weather.
Yeah, it's so cold.
And how do you say paisajes?
Landscape.
Landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so beautiful.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
in the ay, ¿cómo se llama? Éramos algo. I don't remember the name, but
yeah,
this
Eramon. El
Eramon.
Cerro
Well,
Eramon.
this El Cerro Eramon is so It's same to Pital, and the landscape in this place is so beautiful.
Yeah, the uh, mm, I don't I don't know Cerro Eramon, but I I saw different pictures and really is
In
an
the reels.
interesting place.
Oh, okay, but I told you, the landscape is very beautiful and the weather is so same from the Pital or to the Pital. I'm not sure. How can I
Mm,
say? And what is the more delicious, coffee or milk?
I think it's more delicious mm, coffee than milk, but I drink both. For example, in the morning, I prefer drink dark coffee, and in the afternoon, I I I drink to I drink coffee with milk. What about you?
I prefer coffee. I think coffee is more delicious than milk because I always drink coffee in the morning or in afternoon. Um, at
Every
night,
every
every time. Yeah, but when I mix with milk, I think that is so delicious.
Yeah, I think the same.
Yes.
Okay, Gabriela. Thank you.
Good job. Now let's go back and check only little things we need to correct. Good job,
Okay,
guys.
teacher.
Okay, up.
Mira, arréglame.
Now, no. Okay, it's time to check some things. Number one, Nelson.
Hi.
Someone said, it is near to Cerro Verde. It is near to Cerro Verde is not correct. What is the correct form?
Um, Only is near to Cerro Verde.
No.
Mm.
Cerro Verde is near.
No.
Cerro Verde Park.
No. Because it is a hotel, yes, or a place. It's
Yes,
near to
I
Cerro Verde or Miramundo or
refer
whatever.
to
It's near.
Santana.
Santa
Santana is
Ana
near
is near to Cerro
Cerro
Verde. So
Verde.
Santa Ana is near to Cerro Verde is not correct.
Cerro Verde is near to Santa Ana.
No.
Cerro Verde National Park.
No.
Is close.
Estás entre las nubes.
Maybe close to yes. But
Closer.
if I'm sorry?
Closer.
N- no. How do you correct it, guys? Nobody? No? Okay, the
No.
preposition is not near to. The preposition is near. No, near to. Yes?
Oh.
Santa Ana is near Cerro Verde. My house is near Metrocentro. Yes? Next one, pronunciation. Diana, how do you pronounce this?
González o
Eficiente.
Diana Gonzalez?
efficient.
Efficient.
Efficient. Okay.
Okay. Next one, Raúl. I love visit El Pital. This is not correct. How do you correct it?
Two.
Ex-
I
Read.
love I love to
I love
visit
to
the
visit.
town.
Exactly. I love to visit El Pital. Next one, José Sandoval. El Pital is coldest than Montecristo. This is not correct. How do you correct it?
Colder.
El pestal is colder. Colder.
Exactly. Colder than.
Colder.
Next one, Francisco Hernandez. How do you pronounce this?
Orchid.
Orchid. Yes, no orchid or orchid. Orchid. Next one, Catherine Carrillo. How do you pronounce this?
Sugar.
Sugar. No sugar or sugar, but sugar. Yes, sugar, sugar. Next one, Angie. I no like sugar.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
I
I
don't.
don't.
I
I
don't.
don't
I
like
don't.
sugar.
Don't.
Okay, next one, Sarah. I understand to you. I understand to
I
you is not.
understand you.
Exactly, I understand
I
you.
understand you.
You. Yeah.
Yeah, not to it's needed.
Don't to.
Okay, the last one, let's see, Xiomara. I think it's more delicious coffee than milk.
I think coffee is more delicious than milk.
Well, I guess it was Nelson who said it. I think
Coffee
coffee
is more delicious than milk.
more delicious than milk.
Oh, the other is, I think, is than most delicious than milk. Coffee is
Can
more
you
delicious.
can you repeat it?
I think it's than most delicious.
Is than most.
Ah, pero es que me equivoqué. I think
What are you
it's
doing?
than,
Comparing two things or just saying that one object is the winner?
oh, one object is the winner.
Hard to
So,
think.
but it,
Compare
compare, o sea,
Hard
sí
to
se
You're
think.
compara.
comparing coffee and milk.
coffee and milk.
You
Yeah.
have only two things, no
Yeah,
more than two things. So it's not possible to use superlative, only comparative. Yeah?
Teacher,
Yes?
I don't have clear the first sentence.
It's near Cerro Verde.
Uh-huh.
The
Say,
preposition is near, not near to.
okay.
It's
Only near.
similar to behind. Behind is the preposition, not behind of.
Okay.
It's only behind. So the preposition is near, not near to. Near.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Now I'll take a picture. So turn on your camera and smile. Okay, first try. Oh, it wasn't the first try. Okay, the attendants, Nelson Lopez, Ángel, José Sandoval, Catherine Carrillo, Francisco, Ana, Raúl, Angie, Diana, Saúl, Sara, Melvin, Helen, Sofía, Eliezer, Ubaldo, Gabriela, Daisy, Diana again. Oh, Diana González. René, Fátima, Luis, William, Susana, Stephanie, Douglas, and Xiomara. Thank you for being there. I see you all tomorrow and have a good night.
Tomorrow,
Bye, guys.
have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.